Hello, and welcome to Belly Up to the Bar. I'm your host, Edward J. Nelson, and in this series we'll be exploring wonderful ways to entertain and wow your guests. Hello, and welcome to Belly Up to the Bar. I'm your host, Edward J. Nelson. In today's segment we'll be exploring flavored waters. Now, we touched on flavored alcohol, we touched on flavored beer. There are obviously going to be guests that either don't drink or maybe want to break in between their drinks. So I'm going to show you how to flavor your water just to give that extra pop and wow to your party. I like to use drink dispensers because drink dispensers to me are invaluable. You can put a large quantity of liquid in one space, set it, and forget it. So what we're going to be doing today is just exploring ways to add different flavors to your water. One of the most basic ways to add flavor to your water, cut up some citrus. I like to use the 3 varieties because it just brings a lot of color to the dispenser, and it kind of, makes the flavor a little more well-rounded. So with your fruit, all you have to do is just slice it and pop it in your dispenser. I like to let it sit overnight because that helps infuse the flavors a little more into the water. Also, what I like to do is when I slice, make my first slice on the end, take your knife, and this is kind of big for that, but just gouge it in there all the way through. This way, this way, this way a couple times, so that you've got the center of your fruit cut up. That way when you slice it, you're going to get a lot more surface area exposed to the water, which will infuse a lot more of the water's flavor. Also, when you're using citrus or any type of fruit like this, and you cut off the end, the ends aren't very pretty. You really don't want those in your dispenser. You really want a nice visual for your dispenser. So cut the ends off, nice and good so you've got nice even stripes. But take those ends, squeeze them in your dispenser. You've got all that fruit in there going to waste if you throw it away. So just take that end and squeeze it in the dispenser into the water. A lot more flavor that way too. So for your basic trifecta, you've got your orange, your lemon, and your lime. Also, if it's, say, closer to the holidays or, fall, you can do an apple with a cinnamon stick. Just slice up the apple and add the cinnamon stick. Now I like to, with a regular cinnamon stick, sometimes I like to crush it because it floats. You don't have to worry about the debris getting into the water or into the glasses. But just basic cinnamon and apple, you will not believe how much flavor is infused into your water when you do that. So today I am going to show you cucumber water. My all-time favorite. I wouldn't think that putting cucumber into a jar of water would make a lot of difference, but the freshness and the flavor that is imparted into the water from a simple cucumber is wonderful. Your guests will be amazed. Now I like to actually score the skin of the cucumber. Now a couple things about cucumber skin. A lot of people can't digest it, so when you're making a cucumber salad, scoring it helps because that way it just starts the process of breaking down the fiber. And what it does as far as scoring it when you put it into your water, it actually releases all those natural oils in the skin. All the good things, all the phytonutrients, all the phytochemicals. You'll hear me saying that again. Google it if you want to know more about it. But the best part is it really imparts a lot of flavor. So to score your cucumber, it's very simple. All you do is take a fork, hold it in your hand, and apply a good amount of pressure so that you're actually scraping down the side of the cucumber with the fork. And you can see that squirting out there. See all those are essential oils squirting out. That is beginning the breaking down process of the skin itself. And not only that, once I cut it, you'll see something really neat. And like I said, if you're making a cucumber salad, I have neighbors that don't have a lot of teeth. They have a problem biting through and chewing the skin. If you're cutting up your cucumber and you actually do this ahead of time, it takes all the work out of it for them because it breaks it down into little pieces already, and it already starts the breakdown on the fiber. Much easier to digest, much easier to chew. Just a little helpful hint. And now we're ready to cut it. Okay, so now simply cut it into pieces. You can go as thick or as thin as you like. I don't like to spend a lot of time, and having a sharp knife helps. This is my knife. I love this knife. It has to be sharpened, but if you're having trouble, if you can't get down into the fruit, just poke it first. And then simply put the cucumber into the water, but I want to show you this first. I don't know if this translates onto film, but when you cut that, you've got these little segments around here. It almost makes like a little sunburst or wagon wheel, so it's a very cute little definition on your cucumber. So just take those, toss them in the water, give it a little stir. And if you set this up a day ahead of time, then the cucumber overnight in the refrigerator will just really infuse that water. And this is such a refreshing drink you would not believe. So let's just take a glass, pour a little bit out. And you have your cucumber infused water for the party guests that don't drink or the ones that need a break in between drinking. Wow. And that is just from sitting there, that is so fresh, so wonderful. I think I'm gonna have to have some of the crew try this too. So this is your flavored water, really easy to do, indispensable drink dispenser, and any fresh ingredients that you want to put in there. Experiment, have fun. So until next time, I'm Edward J. Nelson, your host of Belly Up to the Bar. Cheers.